Greetings, brothers and sisters. Again, this is another day. This is day number 16 in our series, Daily Walk with God. I hope you've been having a great walk with God, a great time with God. I mean, this is, for me, it's just been so awesome, being locked in with this and just doing this. It's been really encouraging and helping me to always remind myself of my walk with God. And so today, I've titled my sharing Very Early in the Morning. I know maybe you know where I'm going with this, and definitely yes. In Mark chapter 1, in verse 35, Mark 1, verse 35 to 39, the Bible says, very early in the morning, when it was still dark, Jesus got up. He left the house and went off to a solitary place where he prayed. Simon and his companions went to look for him, and when they found him, they exclaimed, everyone is looking for you. Jesus replied, let us go somewhere else to the nearby villages so I can preach there also. That is why I have come. So he traveled throughout Galilee, preaching in the synagogues and driving out demons. Very powerful words right here. I like starting my day very early in the morning, even though I'm such a late night person. But every single day, I try as much as possible to start my day early. All right. They say that the earliest bird catches the worm. This is a very true saying, actually, because when you are late, you miss out on many opportunities. You can miss your plane, your flight. You can miss, an exam. You can miss your bus. There's so much that can go wrong when you are late. But when you're very early, you get to do a lot, and you definitely are always in a good space. My wife would rather be at an appointment 3 hours earlier than being late. Definitely, she's taught me a lot in that area of being on time. You never know. You could also miss out on great blessings if you are late. Spiritually speaking, many blessings can pass you by if you're always a late person. I applied this principle when I was still, just when I was still single and I was still praying for my wife. My eyes were set on this awesome sister. And I told myself, I need to pray about this, or I need to pray for her, earlier than the other brothers who were actually set on that very, very sister. So I would wake up early. I told myself I need to wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning so that I can actually pray. Before these other guys wake up, the Lord would have already heard my prayer. And I think it worked because God gave me such an awesome wife who now serves with me in the ministry. We've been married, over 20 years now, and it's been just so awesome. So starting up early is so important. Jesus understood this so well. It says in these verses that we've just read that very early in the morning when it was still dark, even though the previous evening he had been working so late in the night, but still very early in the morning he got up. He went to a solitary place where he would not be distracted by anything. He replenished his spiritual energy very early in the morning. Starting up early gets you focused on your purpose and ready to move on to the next stage. Remember when the disciples found him, they were like, oh, everybody's looking for you. He didn't even answer that question. All he told them was, okay, let's go over to the other nearby villages so that I can preach the gospel there. That is why I have come. When you start up early, you get focused. You are able to focus on your purpose, on your goals, and everything that you need to do. And so the question is at this time for you is this. What time do you begin your day? How does your day look like? Is it are you an early riser, or do you get distracted by other things? Your walk with God needs to start early. Do not be in the habit of doing all other things before you can actually check in with God and get your energy and your spiritual focus from him. Do not get distracted by social media, by your phone, by the TV, or even sleep. See, get a good routine that will help you have a constant walk with God, which will guarantee you a constant supply of spiritual power and energy. The great men of old People like Abraham started their days early. You know, Moses, Paul, all the great men, they would start their day early. So you start your day early, and you will see what God is going to do in helping you, have an incredible walk with Him. Thank you so much. God bless, and let's see you again tomorrow.